is 20 Bond Street.
No, we put the
camera up there. Yeah.
They put the monitor, and you can see who's in the elevator. So I always think it's better to see who's in the elevator than have the mirror and they're already in the elevator, right?
Yeah.
No smooching in the elevator anymore, huh? And you can see how nice the installations are. People think it's hydraulic and people put these bad thoughts in your head. They're awesome elevators for your purpose. Right. You have to fit an application that works best to suit your needs.
Right.
Not just a blanket, a cable elevator, nothing else is good. It's just that people don't have the experience.
Agreed. And it will save money doing this.
You're going to save a lot of money on construction. Maybe not so much on the physical elevator, because the elevator is a costly elevator in parts-wise. Similar to the other elevator because it's both of them are difficult installations. You have a lot more shaft work to do with a traction elevator. You have to support that entire load. People say, oh, you have it up there. No, you have wood. And now you have to get a structural engineer. You have to sign up the drawings. You have to build a machine room. You have to find access to get up there. We could also put the elevator as a traction elevator on the 3rd floor, but you could even lose more room because we have to encroach that machine into the shaft. It's a little bit different. We have to build it today than we did before. Okay. And we can design anything. It's not a problem.
The van is gone and nobody's there.
I taught the elevator school for years, and that's what I did. I was going to school for engineering when I was a kid, and they forced me to teach there when I was in the union. So, and that's all I do is I play around on paper and we see what we can fit the best and what's going to work.
Trying to get into the maintenance and check your elevator. North American elevator, we installed your elevator.
Hello, it's Tommy. Hello.
You want to talk to her?
Hi. Hey, it's Tommy Curran. How are you?
Good. Sorry, I don't know you guys, but I'll buzz you in, okay?
Yeah, I work with Peter Valetsky. Thanks.
Okay, great.
He's the attorney for the building.
Okay. Thank you.
I was never a New York Times guy. Oh, that's Alright, this is a 3-speed door on this elevator. This elevator, they opted out of doing the art right now because the whole building wanted him to do the art.
Yeah, if you have a famous artist in your building, you can, I can imagine they want him to do the art.
He said some funny things that I can't repeat.
I just thought about I might not be able to get downstairs. I don't think I have the key to that.
That's okay, we can just show you how it's
So this is the same roped hydraulics, just without the artwork.
This one has front and side doors, same.
Oh, we're not going to have side though, we're just going to have front.
Because you only have front on your building. As you notice, they like that installation, so they put, now this one became a little bit more advanced.
It's still
because
locked out.
It's still locked out?
Even though independent is locked out.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we can't get down?
Nope.
Alright, so we'll just stand here a second.
Yeah, we'll get the idea.
Alright, so if you notice the same exact piston, the same structure. Now this is the heaviest hydraulic elevator system you can purchase. For the guys, my guys hate putting it in, but they love it once it's in because it just weighs a lot.
Okay.
And mass gives you a much more reliable elevator. There's no bend. If you saw underneath the elevator that structure, the other companies use a very thin steel. These guys use very thick steel. And we're using them we're putting in BJs right now, 336,000 pound parts, gigantic. It's the platform alone is 17,000 pounds. Just this stand on. This company just makes things massive, which is good because it's going to last all those years more. This elevator, what we did was we made it like we also do a lot of transit elevators years ago. I stopped doing the other train stations. I did Rock Center and Columbus Circle and all these elevators. And this is the transit cab, New York City Transit. So the same glass, same spec. This time we have a key on it. That time they put the window in after the fact. We had to remove the wall because they wanted to do the art. On this one we have a key we can pop, we can open this and now you can clean the glass. And then behind here is a switch, a micro switch. And to make your building fun, what you can do is it's not crazy expensive, you can put the windows in, you can figure out what you like, and when the elevator starts, you can light up the shaft as it goes up. It's very, very cool. This elevator...
Chelsea Day School.
Chelsea Day School, something like that. Yeah,
that's where we should have went.
It's
really another place that we could, because they have the lighting in the window and it illuminates the artwork.
And that's how it started, but now the design studio is like awesome. Scott has 2 interns over there and they're making models and they're doing Schrager's new top of his building and 815 Washington, a new building going in down there, so Scott's involved with that, which is exciting. So I didn't go for like a month because I was on holiday, and then no, that's 3 level. Hydraulic elevators, all elevators, if they creep a little bit, they just re-level. So we can adjust that on the valve. Oh, the new valve we put in is called a Buca valve. You're familiar? It's electronic, but if the elevator feels like it's a cable elevator because we control the viscosity of the oil, the thickness. You put the oil in a pan, how it thins out. Well, as hydraulic oil heats up, it thins out. So to control that, they have this valve that we've put in for the last 3 years called a Buca, B-U-C-H-E-R. You can Google them. They're a Switzerland company. And that has a microprocessor. And what it does is the valve, which controls the oil, has a gate, which controls the speed of the oil. I know it sounds confusing. So if the oil's thicker, it closes it. Right. So it always keeps it constant. So on these elevators, we have like an oil cooler. So to avoid the oil cooler, or when the oil is getting really hot, the elevator starts to go, it'll start doing a lot of releveling. Hydraulic elevators, people are afraid of them. Hydraulic elevator, when the oil gets too thick, it runs a little bit slower. But with this valve, it's always constant. And that's what we
yeah, I think a lot of people were confused with the whole basic hydraulic and roped hydraulic, and they were afraid of drilling down. Like
there's no drilling. The elevator you could do, you could be on the water where the water is downtown. We also put in a switch in your elevator in the pit. There's a little flood alarm. You can make a physical noise. Plus, it sends the elevator to the top if there's a flood in the pit now.
And maintenance costs to operate or maintenance costs involved with a roped hydraulic elevator.
Same as attraction.
Same as attraction.
Yeah.
An annual contract, and presumably
annual contract.
You would offer us one.
We do, of course. Yeah. We just don't cover like if you break the door.
Right.
Things like your car.
Right.
You get the first year as a full warranty on everything because we get a full warranty. It doesn't cover water damages, which you occasionally get if you someone drops a mop, like silly things, but it's nothing.
Someone drops a pail of water down the shaft.
And that's why we give you our references. We don't gouge people in any way, shape, or form. It's just not fair. During that whole water damage thing, we were like the least expensive. People were getting crazy, $50,000 for stupid things, and people were sending us what the comp bids were, and I thought that was pretty sickening.
Right.
That you could do that in a time of crisis. You do the
we
job.
experienced that in our place in Soho.
No, you just whatever it is. The guys want, we charge for the hour. We don't make stuff up.
Yeah.
So we had that at Grand Street, 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's little things. We put an outlet in there so you can vacuum your elevator. How convenient is that?
That is very
Charge your phone on the way out.
I do it all the time.
That would be a good selling point, a USB connect in the elevator, right? These are lockouts. I would recommend doing a key fob. This is easier because it's basically simple. You have a key switch, and the only thing that goes bad is the key.
Right.
The only negative part about a key is people always lose their keys, and for some reason it takes us a long time to do keys because that's your key. And then we have to go get your permission to get the key because it's like confidential. So they don't want people to get into your property. If you have a key fob, you can change your programming, and you plug in a USB right to the car station. And you have the little directory, and you change whoever. You can lock people in and out. Like say you have house cleaners, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can come in from 8 to 4:30. You know who came in too. It's also a security check.
That's
So
great.
the two things I would do is I would recommend to do that with a local security company. We have a great guy. We were doing it for a while, but it's simple, but it's not our thing. I learned to stick to elevators.
Yeah.
Instead of try everything, and then putting a camera in becomes like a disaster.
Yeah.
And then over here, I really recommend this to make it. The intent here is to make it look prettier. The building, put the monitor in, but you can really decorate that thing, and it's really good for a woman or even a guy. You're coming home at night and you say, "Well, who's in the car first?" Like you just never know, and that makes me feel like really comfortable. And there was a time we were just going to market that, but we're just too busy. I can't market anymore.
Right.
I'm just doing what we can do at this point. Here you can see Spencer saying hello.
Who's?
The camera.
Oh.
Yeah. The new high-def cameras, you see them, right?
Hello.
I had 21 in my shop because I had some trouble.
Yeah.
Actually, in the parking lot, people stealing things. Like, we're in Linden, New Jersey, so someone down with a truck, and I swear by just reheard the video.
Yeah.
We got something stolen in the parking lot.